Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Heroic Haven. I'm Trevor Lane here with my guy Donnie, and we're talking about D23. Some incredible stuff, really exciting stuff coming up in the Marvel universe. Donnie, this kind of caught us by
Hey,
surprise, but I'm pumped. I'm so fired up after seeing what we saw there.
yeah, it just came out of nowhere. I totally spaced on D23. I was getting ready for bed, and it's like, wait a minute, trailers, images, what's happening here? And I look into it, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, it all lined up pretty good. This is our first opportunity to live react and drop some reactions to this stuff for you guys as well on the channel. So it worked out pretty well.
Absolutely. Well, let's kick it off. Let's start with this one. I mean, alphabetically, we'll go here. Agatha all along. We got a new trailer for that one. Kathryn Hahn reprising her character as Agatha from the WandaVision series. Looks like she's trying to get her powers back after losing them to Wanda in WandaVision. I mean, the timing of this is going to be fantastic. It's going to be a mid-September release. That's going to get us in that Halloween mood. But I am so fired up for this one. That was one of the standout characters from WandaVision, and get to see Agatha in her own series. This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, she was great in WandaVision. The way that I understood the trailer, obviously, we haven't had a chance to sit there and watch it 50 times, but I try to understand it pretty good. And apparently, like you said, she's trying to get her powers back. She puts together a coven, and they go down the Witch's Road, which apparently has a prize of giving you whatever you want at the end of the
Mhm.
the road. And ultimately, it looks like they come across a lot of different trials and tribulations. So it looks like a fun adventure for Agatha. And like I said, like you said, she was an amazing character in WandaVision with the twist and turn with that character too. So I'm really excited about this. I don't know, man. It kind of came out of nowhere just in general, but I knew this was coming. It just was something that it wasn't in the forefront of my mind. So it's nice to see it here finally. Seems like they announced
There
this a long time ago.
they did, and so we've been getting excited for it, but now it feels like it's really like it's here, right? We're like just over
Yeah.
a month away from it. So there was a shot in the trailer too that involved a more like Wicked Witch of the West style traditional like green
I
skin
saw
big.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what is this? That I thought was really interesting. I'm like, especially
Yeah.
when they're traveling down a road. I'm like, okay, are we going to get some Dorothy and Oz type
Yeah. Wizard of
of
Oz, right?
allegory here? Like, what's going to happen here with that? That stood out to me. I went, huh? Okay, what is happening now?
That's really cool reference there. I like it a lot. So hopefully that one. It looks like it's going to be fun. I'm excited to see how they handle that for sure.
Yes, and then Aubrey Plaza. I mean, I'm a huge fan. April Ludgate of from Parks and Rec. I'm so excited to see her in that one. But this was not the only one that we saw. We also got our first glimpse at the cast of Fantastic Four. I will admit, and I can definitely be won over here because he is a phenomenal actor, Pedro Pascal. But
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping to get the John Krasinski, the full run as Reed Richards after I watched Multiverse of Madness actually last night once again, and so he's at the front of my mind right now. Uh, what do you think about the cast here for Fantastic Four?
I mean, I gotta say that he looks really good right there. I like I like the little comb over. I like the mustache.
Right?
He looks like a different person a little bit right there. So for me, I'm pretty open to it. I think he's a great actor. I think he could potentially do the role really well. I think Krasinski, excuse me, did a really good job as well in Multiverse of Madness. So I'm pretty open to anything though. But Pedro, I think he'll do justice by it overall. So I'm excited to see these guys also finally making their way and being able to have their series. So it's going to be really exciting.
We've seen the Fantastic Four on the big screen a number of times before. It never quite clicked. Please,
This is the
please,
right way this time.
this time, it's going to be set in the 60s. This time, let's get it. Let's hit it. Let's hit it out of the park with this version of the Fantastic Four, especially because we know this is probably going to be our introduction to Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom as
Mhm.
well. Excited for that one. The I mean, you got to go crazy for the Red Hulk. We got his arm in the
Yeah.
Captain America Brave New World trailer. Now we've got Harrison Ford's Red Hulk. William Hurt unfortunately passing away, and so he takes over the character
Mhm.
of Thunderbolt Ross. And now we've got Red Hulk. Here he is. I'm fired up. I can't wait to see Red Hulk actually there on the screen. How does this all come about? How does he become Red Hulk? Do we keep the comic book accuracy? All of that. I mean, so many questions, but I mean, the image alone. Let's go. I'm pumped.
Yeah, just wow. I just seeing this, I'm like, dude, this is gonna be so awesome because I've been waiting for this guy for a while, man. Just like we mentioned in a separate video that's not up yet, but it will be up soon. Just Hulk in general. I feel like there's so much there. They haven't done a lot with just Hulk stuff in general. They're starting to slowly trickle some of that in with She-Hulk and blah blah blah. But Red Hulk is gonna be really, really cool. And I'm really excited for the Thunderbolts movie. How are you feeling about that movie overall?
I am excited for it. I can't wait to see it. I thought that DC kind of missed the mark a little bit with Suicide Squad, kind of this group
Suicide Squad, yeah.
Of former villains turned into heroes, the anti-hero dynamic. I thought it was interesting, but it just got a little bit messy. I'm hoping that Marvel can do it much, much better here with Thunderbolts, and I'm curious to see how they go about it. Do they actually, like, I know in the comics the storyline involved the villains kind of taking over the roles of some heroes, pretending to be heroes, like Bullseye pretending to be Daredevil. Are we going to go down that path? Is this going to be its completely own team? Are they not even trying to pull off that ruse? I'm curious to see how it plays out, but I'm excited for it. I think this could be really, really well done. Again, the whole villains becoming heroes type dynamic is it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really looking forward to it as well. So anytime we get any sort of news drop for it, then I'm going to absolutely just pop for it.
For sure. For sure. All right, let's get into Daredevil Born Again. Charlie Cox is back as Daredevil. You know what? I mean, you mentioned She-Hulk a minute ago. I was underwhelmed overall by She-Hulk, but I thought Daredevil was the best part of the She-Hulk MCU series. Daredevil was fantastic in that. I'm so excited to see him back, and especially from watching the trailer, I'm excited that we're going to be getting a very gritty version of Daredevil. At least that's what it looks like.
Yeah, so quick note on the trailer thing. They didn't put out at least yet anyway. I assume it's coming soon, maybe even tomorrow at the time of the recording. They didn't put out an HD version of it. There also may be an Ironheart trailer or something like that we didn't get to see. So the one that I saw that Trev saw was a cam rip, like phone recording type. So don't be in there recording stuff where you're not supposed to, but otherwise, thank you.
But thank you for doing it.
But thank you very much. So yeah, it looks really, really cool. So basically the gist on the trailer from that is that it appears that there's going to be an interesting, first and foremost, you're going to see all the characters from the original Deadpool series, or Deadpool, too much Deadpool, Daredevil series coming back. And you're also going to see him apparently team up with Kingpin. It looks like a little bit in there. That's one of the things that I kind of saw. And that's going to be kind of interesting. So above all else, I'm really excited just to see, it's surreal, man. I always go back to like Charlie's first, moments in the MCU with like Spider-Man and stuff like that. It's so surreal to see this finally culminating into what it is. And, Kingpin coming back with the Hawkeye series and just kind of where it is now. So it's really cool to see this back. And also, like I mentioned earlier, the other characters are there too.
That's right. That's right. We see Foggy Nelson. He's gonna be in it as well. I'm excited for this series in general. Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, absolutely fantastic. He was wonderful in that role. Glad to see him back. And you mentioned the dynamic where maybe Kingpin and Daredevil have to temporarily put their differences aside and work together. This is a dynamic that we've seen work a number of times in a lot of different films across a lot of different genres. I mean, if we want to stick with MCU, you can look at Thor and Loki in the unfortunate Thor Dark World. But you can take the bad guy from the first movie, you bring him into the next movie, and suddenly he has to work with them. You think about Captain Barbossa in the Pirates of the Caribbean series. So I'm interested to see how this dynamic will play out with Kingpin and Daredevil. But I'll tell you what, the one that got me the most excited, I mean, Charlie Cox, Daredevil, let's go. Vincent D'Onofrio, Kingpin.
I purposely didn't mention one.
Yep. Jon Bernthal is back as the Punisher.
Baby.
It was a scruffy Punisher too, like super gritty. Yeah. He's got a hatchet in his hand. The Punisher is back.
I'm so excited about this. I saw that. I was like, oh, they're going hard here, aren't they? Okay. So I ain't even got nothing else to say about this other than just give it to me now. I don't even want to wait. Just give it to me now. I just need to see it. I just need to see it. But I purposely didn't mention him because I was like, that was the best part of that trailer for me. by far. Seeing Bernthal there, just oh my goodness. I loved his Punisher. I don't know if you felt the same way. Probably
Yes.
did. I feel like most people did. And he's gonna be so awesome to see. And my thing is, when they bring these characters back, I also just want to see the interactions with some of the characters we got pre-existing. I want to see, the Daredevil interacting with a bunch of other guys that we got. I want to see Punisher interacting with some of these guys. I think this could be so cool, man. So just overall in general, seeing these guys again in today's climate in modern media is just so awesome. So for me, huge thumbs up. Like I said, I didn't expect this. So seeing this out of nowhere when I was on my way to bed, I was like, oh, they're going really hard tonight, aren't they? So it's awesome.
I thought out of all the Punishers that we've seen in the past, and there's been a number of them, you go back to the Thomas Jane Punisher, the Ray Stevenson, but I thought Jon Bernthal really captured the rage, the anger of the characters so well. So I really enjoyed his Punisher, and I'm so excited to see him back. And you're right, now that you've got these guys like officially entering the MCU, at some point, I think it'd be interesting to see the power dynamic if you get, some way to, and it'll be difficult to do, but you've got a guy like the Punisher and Daredevil. These are street level heroes, in some cases anti-heroes. If they find a way to share the screen with Thor, right? Godly cosmic powers and all those sorts of things. Is there a way to mesh those two worlds? That I think would be fascinating. Obviously, we're nowhere near that yet, somewhere down the line, but just getting these guys into the MCU and seeing them on the screen or on the television in this case. Man, like you said, just give it to us now. Let's go.
Yeah,
Couldn't be
just
more
give it to
fired
me
up.
now, man. The only thing that I have, not really a problem. The only question I have is how are they going to handle all of these like characters they're bringing in over the last several years from all these different TV shows, different parts of movies and stuff like that. There's some young Avengers going on with all these characters. There's the old Avengers, the original cast. There's new guys. There's recasts going on with some of these characters. There's just complete shifts going on with Robert Downey Jr. I have no clue what they're going to do with all these guys. There's no way they're going to be using all these characters in Secret Wars, right? Like, are we going to see Moon Knight and Daredevil in Secret Wars? Is that where we're going with this? I'm not really so sure. But if these guys can make their way into some sort of like street level movie, maybe with Spider-Man headlining, that would be really cool too. So that's just my only question is like, I don't know how they're going to do all this. They've got so much going on with so many characters recently over the last 3, 4, 5 years. So, but regardless, I'm not complaining. Give me more characters.
I mean, you just mentioning that has got me thinking, could we eventually, especially if Venom is entering the universe here, and maybe then Carnage follows? The Maximum Carnage series in the comics was absolutely classic. Could we make? I mean, I'm dreaming here at this point. I'm dreaming, but D23 has already got us fired up. This is going to be amazing. Again, we've got Agatha All Along coming up in just over a month. Donnie, I got to say this. I'm so excited. This is part of why I'm so glad to be doing this with you, is you and I can just geek out over this stuff and get so excited. I hope that the people watching, you guys are excited too. And that is my long-winded way of saying, make sure you subscribe to the Heroic Haven here for more of this stuff from us. Donnie, I'm not going to be able to sleep now, man. It's not going to happen.
No. You need to go to the store and get some melatonin, man. That's what I got. I'm gonna go down there and take me a couple little gummies, and I'm gonna go straight to sleep. But I'm gonna wake. You know what it is? I'm gonna dream about it, and then I'm gonna wake up thinking about it. I'm gonna be like, oh, Harrison Ford. Then I'm gonna wake up, Jon Bernthal. What? What? Wait. What? No. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm all, when he's strapped to the. No.
Donnie's gonna be having fever dreams here. All right, everybody. Before we go any further off the rails, thank you for joining us. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, hit that like button. Oh, the Heroic Haven. We've got so much good stuff coming for you guys. More videos dropping real soon. Thank you again. Until next time. See ya. And stay safe.